Hey, welcome in everybody, FG here. So today we're down to the last two coins in our Canadian bag. So we'll pull one out. We'll see which one it is. All right. So this one's going to be from the Vatican. Give me just a second, let me pull it up. Alright, so let's take a look at our coin. There's another one. This seller has lots of very nice coins. I do have to say that. Very nice. I would say probably Unk. All right, let's put the Numista page up here real quick. So we can see it's Vatican City. This was from 1959, the first year of mintage on this coin. It is 0.835 silver, 11 grams. There's a portrait of the Pope on the front and the coat of arms on the back. Let's scroll down so we can see it was minted over 4 years, 30,000 each year. Unk on this one's about $37. It's about $10 in melt value. And we can see there is a raw one down below that's a 62 sealed for $55. Let's check what I paid for it. All right. So what I paid was there is the Vatican item. I paid $27.15 Canadian, which is just under $20 US. So twice melt, but under the Unk value of the coin. So I think that that's a pretty good deal. Let's put up the map here. And actually, today I thought I'd just talk about the map just briefly here. I do include on this first map, if you pause it here on other videos, you can kind of watch my progress. You'll see each time the countries count up at the top. There's like number of items. Now I did have coins in this database prior to starting this challenge, so that's why my number of items shows in this particular video 217, and you can see it only represents 107 countries. This only represents, I think, the 92nd or 93rd video that I've released in this series. So you can see I have some countries in the database and definitely a bunch of items in the database that I haven't shown on these videos. But you're able to see as I'm going along and releasing new coins. For the most part, that countries count will keep ticking up. And you can see down below there's like some details about the grades of the coins that I've estimated for what I have in the database, the compositions, the types, whether they were circulating coins or non-circulating coins. Just a little bit of extra information. What I don't usually include is the bottom line, which actually gives like a total collection weight in like actual ounces of silver, um, what the value is. So if you use Numista, there is additional things that you can get out of Numista for when you're putting in a collection. Eventually, I will show the coins from the countries that I already have in my database, in order to reveal them and kind of get them officially in the count. So over time, we will catch up on that countries. Okay, but back to today's. So the Papal States is a small area that sits on 7 hills in kind of the middle of Italy. So we will zoom in on that area and you'll see it's actually probably smaller than what Numista shows. Numista has to show like a minimum size, is like it's one of its pixels. The overall area is actually probably a lot smaller than what it kind of represents here. But the total area is like a half square kilometer, which would be 0.19 square miles. So very, very small. But we will see it fill in, since this is the first coin that I have from the Vatican. However, since that is the coin I pulled today, I'm also going to show this coin, which I had picked up. And this one actually also fulfills the same area. So it's was technically under Papal States, because it's a much earlier coin than what's called Vatican City. 1868, Pope Pius IX. And we can see it also was 835 silver. 10 soldi. And you can see the states, so Papal States up there at the top. And I'm going to actually put up the Numista page for this coin as well. Alright, so we can see this is 2.5 grams. It's just a little slightly bigger than one of our dimes. It's also the 835 silver. It was Papal States 50 cents is basically what it was. If we scroll down real quick, we can see that it's actually listed as 3 different mintages, well, 4 different mintages. This one is one of the Roman numeral 23s, and I don't know if it's a small r or a big R. They're all worth roughly the same thing, but you can see that during this, oh, I see, it's 1968 and 69, so there are 2 mintages. So I have a 68. Again, I don't know if it's a small r or a big R. They're roughly worth the same. Over 8 million of them minted, so they're not super expensive. Looking at my coin, I paid $10 for it from Harry's. So this is a pickup that I actually got at Harry's coin shop, and I had forgotten I had bought this one. So we ended up with 2 of them. Anyways, so we'll get both of those added into the database, and we will see where it goes in the book. I only had one place in the book, I think, allocated for it. However, so if we look back, one back is where we had the UK, and then where I was going to allocate the UK territories. So those were going to take up a bunch of these open upper ones up here. So what I think I may do is I may move everything back one so that we can put both of these coins in the book as well. This page is a harder page because it doesn't have the little things at the bottom that lets you kind of push it up. So for where it goes, if you recall this one that's labeled as New Hebrides here, that's actually what is currently Vanuatu, and the Vatican City comes right after Vanuatu. So we're going to put these in here with the oldest one first, and then our Vatican City. So there we go. We'll get those two in the database, and that will be it for today. And we will have one more coin from that Canadian bag for tomorrow. So we will see what that one is. Thank you for joining me here today, and I hope you liked the short look at the map. Now that I've shown you that, feel free, you can go back and pause it and look at those same statistics on any of the older maps just to watch it kind of grow. And I appreciate your subscriptions and comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.